so many good men in Russian army and in Ukraine army, good people, family men, are dying for the same people, good people, for a cause which needs to be handled diplomatically somewhere. And might be there's a solution that Russia says, okay, where we are now, we're going to stop the war for today from our side. Might be that's the solution, because the Western side is not coming to a prudent situation. So what I'm scared is that if the situation remains, it will be a nuclear war eventually. And if that happens, nobody will survive. The Third World War, nobody will survive. It's not a war between a small country here and there. It's against Russia. Russia has 6,000 nuclear weapons. And we want to live. I live in Germany. I want to survive. My kids want to survive. So the whole world wants to survive. So what do you propose? How can the Russian side find a solution to help the Russians and the world together to find and end the war diplomatically?
Yes, of course, nobody wants nuclear war. And I understand very well that nobody wants to be a hostage of the situation, very dangerous developments. As far as we are concerned, we are for diplomatic solution of the conflict, and our president repeatedly mentioned our position in different forums with the different interlocutors. So we want political solution, but we want a fair and objective political solution which will reflect the realities, political realities which are now on the ground. The reason why it all happened, it's not the war between the Ukraine and Russia. It's a war between NATO, Washington, and the Russian Federation. Ukrainians found themselves in the hands of Western countries. They don't want to find themselves, they want to fight with the Ukrainians. That's why, as I mentioned, that Boris Johnson said, you guys should fight till the last Ukrainian. Till the last Ukrainian. They don't care about Ukrainian people at all. They care only about their geopolitical interests. And of course, with such an approach, it's difficult to talk about the peaceful solution. It's difficult to talk about the peaceful solution, and unfortunately, the situation is like that now. At this particular point, I don't see any real prospects for political negotiations. With all the decisions that they are continuing to take, with the giving permission for the Ukrainians to use long-range missiles, to strike targets inside the Russian Federation territory, provide them heavy weapons, missiles, airplanes, jets, everything. How can we talk about political negotiations in this situation? And those people who say that deliveries of weapons should be stopped unless before the starting of the political context negotiations, they are correct. It's true, because without this, it's difficult to start the political process. So on our side, we are ready, but simply they don't let the Ukrainians to start political negotiations. How long it continues, I don't know. But with all the developments on the ground, when Russian army is advancing, liberating new territories, strengthening their position, the possibilities, the chances for the Ukrainian regime is shrinking. They say, the Zelensky said that Russia should withdraw from all territories. That's unrealistic. And now everybody starts understanding that it's unrealistic. They should withdraw from all territories. They should withdraw from Crimea. Well, guys, it's not serious talking. Let's talk serious. If you want to talk in a serious manner about political solution, you should take into account the existing realities on the ground.
But Ambassador, the way you're saying, the way you're saying is that there's no other solution than the military solution at the moment. Though you have India on your side, you have China very strong on your side. Now you have African states behind you. There's a big pool of people who are supporting Russia after Ukraine. So we actually also seeing the Russia coming up back in the world, which is also might be very positive for the world's role. But the way you're saying it, if there is no way, and they're not going to stop the Western side, they're going to give them air force and everything. Well, as you say, missiles and everything. Where's that going to end?
Where is it?
In the World War III?
Yes. No. Nobody wants this, of course. But yes, you are right. You mentioned several initiatives on the side of a number of countries. China came up with the initiative, Brazil, League of Arab States, and many others, suggesting their vision, their way how to stop the hostilities and to start political solution. But they don't accept this. They stick to this Zelensky formula, which calls for withdrawal of all Russian troops from all territories in Donbass, from Crimea, which is not realistic. These people who want to mediate, and we respect their constructive contribution, they understand this Zelensky formula cannot be the basis for negotiations. Not anymore. So I don't know. They should understand that the course for strategic defeat of Russia will not work. Unfortunately, they stick to this. They want a strategic defeat of Russia. And that was pronounced publicly.
But that's not possible. That's not possible.
It's not possible.
If you have 6,000 nuclear heads, how's that possible?
Yes.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
So because that's not possible, then there's a need to stop the war with taking many countries together and find a solution and put the sanctions back or something to end the war. I think that's the only way we should go forward. But thank you very much.
Back in 2022, we suggested to our Western counterparts, please move your military infrastructure from our borders, because this creates a real threat to our security. Move your infrastructure, and then we will be ready to talk about the respect for interests of all countries, security respect. They didn't want this, they didn't do it. They did otherwise. And unfortunately, this situation led to the situation which we are in now. Very unfortunate, but anyway, we will continue talking about political solution, of course, but on the grounds that will respect our security concerns, on the ground that will respect the interests and the rights of the Russian population in Ukraine. These are two major points, actually.
There was a deal somebody put on the table that Russia puts nuclear weapons in Cuba and in Syria, and then they can put their nuclear weapons. That's a deal.
They already have nuclear weapons in half of the European countries, and they are not making any fuss of this. And when we move our weapons to Belarus, which is our partner, yes, then they are making scandal out of this.
Anyway, the navies are now near U.S. anyway, the nuclear.
Yeah.
I think they're with nuclear. So hopefully, Russia finds a way. Sometimes the clever person is there who just let it go to finish the world, to save the world. So hopefully, if Russia finds a way where everybody's saved. Thank you very much, Your
Thank you.